What advice would you give to someone struggling to find their purpose in life? Well, I only just wrote an entire book on it. So let me tell you real quick. So your purpose in life is called your Dharma, your soul's purpose. It's more than your job. It's more than your career, but it is who you are. It is your expression. It is your soul essence. It is who you're meant to be in this lifetime. It's like the energy and the essence that your soul chose to embody and experience. It's like your popsicle flavor, and only you can uniquely be that popsicle flavor. Now it can express through the jobs that you have, the roles that you play, the relationships that you have, the projects that you build. These are all an expression of your Dharma, but your Dharma is beyond it. So Dharma is an ancient Sanskrit word. It comes from the Vedic wisdom, which is also what yoga comes from, Ayurveda, Jyotish, Vedic astrology. So I like to think of Dharma as your unique jigsaw place in the universe. So if the universe was an entire puzzle, it's like where you fit. So it's not just who you are, but it's who you are in action. It's like, this is my soul energy. Now, how does it manifest in this human form? So for me, and I believe at the highest level, all of our dharmas are the same, which is to raise consciousness. I believe we're all here ultimately to raise consciousness, but we're all going to do it in different ways. So my Dharma is to raise consciousness through sharing spirituality in a way that is modern, fun, and accessible. Now, I do this through writing my 4 books. I do this through my coaching institute, Highest Self Institute, where I've trained thousands of coaches to become full-time Dharma coaches. So I even have a certification. So if you're interested in this and diving into your own Dharma, I have a full 6-month certification on becoming a Dharma soul purpose and spiritual life coach. I do it through this podcast. I do it through social media. I do it through my music. I do it through speaking engagements. I do it through every interaction that I have. Like if I meet a friend or, having a conversation with someone at a networking event, I'm always living my Dharma. It's like who I am and my essence. I've got like a sparkly essence. It's kind of like a turquoise peach energy. I'm kind of funny, mixing some 2000s throwbacks. And then you got me, right? Sacred, playful, ancient, future, all together with some reps, and that's my Dharma. And it shifts and evolves. Like I step into different archetypes within myself, but the underlying essence of who I am is the same when I was a kid and it's the same when I'm on my deathbed. Like this is who I am. I'm hot pink, right? And that's your Dharma. So I've written a whole book on this called Discover Your Dharma, and I will link that below. It's on Audible. It's on Amazon. It's published in like 24 languages. It's in Spanish, French, Polish, Russian. It's like, I'm so proud of this book. It like really has created a whole like web of Dharma coaches that are taking this work out into the world. And a tool that I have is called the Dharma Archetype Quiz. So this is a quiz that you can take in just 90 seconds to discover your unique Dharma archetype. Now, these are 9 archetypes I most commonly see in people's dharmas, their soul's purposes. So they are the teacher, the nurturer, the entertainer, the researcher, the warrior, the activist, the nurturer, the entrepreneur, and the teacher. So you're going to take this quiz and it's going to tell you what your top 2 archetypes are and how they now manifest in your Dharma. So for example, I am a visionary and a teacher. So for me, I'm a visionary. I'm always going to see the higher level perspective of things. My gift is my voice, my communication, my ability to inspire. To inspire means to breathe. And naturally, that's who I am. That's my biggest Dharma on this planet. But my secondary one is a teacher. I'm also good at teaching it and like helping people like take something complex like spirituality or creating a business, living your Dharma. And I'm able to break it down into step-by-step actions through creating my curriculums, explaining things on this podcast, writing books. So you can see here, I'm very much living my Dharma. I also have a third one, which is the artist. So the artist is, here to create beauty in this world, which is why everything I do has a beauty essence to it from this podcast set. Thank you very much. If you're not watching this on video, highly recommend. To, my cookbook, which was like all shot in India with like gorgeous street photography and the way I plated things. I started my career as a food blogger, to making my album and creating music and music videos. I'll link some of my music videos, like my new one that just came out, Sexy Dark Night of the Soul. I directed it to be that dark night of the soul moment I had sitting on the couch, finding out that my ex-husband had been cheating on me, which sent me into a dark night of the soul, like on my knees, breakdown moment where my life was over. And I never felt such pain in my entire life. And girl, that pain lasted for 6 months. 6 months of deep, deep, deep pain and agony and misery and anger and shadow work and just so much disgust and rage and all of the things. Then after 6 months of really, really deep shadow work, I started to create music because I couldn't even read a book at that time. Like I could not even, it's like trauma brain. You can't even understand what someone's saying. I couldn't read a book. I couldn't listen to a podcast. I could just listen to music. And so through listening to music, I started to hear music deeper. And I started to notice like, oh, damn, like these layers, like, were they always there? Like, was I hearing those before? Like those ad libs. And I started to like really come up with my own melodies. And I started to learn music production. I started to hear production a different way. And then writing poems and then putting the poems together with the production, which led to my first song, Trust, Flow, Surrender, Let Go. Trust, Flow, Surrender, Let Go. I'm the one I've been waiting for, which went on. And, now it's played on radio stations in Africa and creating my album of My Body as an Altar. And then this music video, Sexy, Dark Night of the Soul, which is me on my knees, breaking down, crying, my future self coming through. She's hot pink. She's got like a 50-inch braid and she's like moto bitch. And she's like, if you've had a dark night of the soul, do you know what I mean? Those on your knees moments, I want you to know your sexiest days are yet to come. This is for you. Look, nothing lasts forever except my swag, so I'd rather be extra than your regular ass. And no one's cheering louder than the girl I used to be, so I do this shit for her, become who she meant to be. It goes into a full rap. They are calling me the spiritual Fergie, which I'll take that. And so you can see my artist archetype paired with my visionary and teacher took the most shitty thing that's ever happened to me in my existence and turned it into art and expression in a teaching moment that I can now be here sharing with you. That is Dharma in action. And another tool that I have in the book, in Discover Your Dharma, which again, it's linked below, is your Dharma blueprint. So it's taking the obstacles you've overcome, like that obstacle of infidelity. It's taking your superpowers. What are the things that come naturally to you, easy to you, that don't come easily to other people? What are the mediums that come through you? Is it writing, speaking, coaching, music, creating Excel sheets, planning parties? What's exciting for you? Because excitement are the breadcrumbs guiding us towards our Dharma. What are the things you're Google searching or chat GPTing? What are the conversations you want to have? What are the podcasts you're listening to? That's your excitement. Your excitement is guiding you somewhere. And then what are your Dharma archetypes? And bringing those 5 things together, I guarantee you put those on a piece of paper, you stare at them, you put them on your refrigerator, you will remember your Dharma in this lifetime.